Welcome to part 2 of the Canadian Rockies and the Alaskan Inside Passage Escorted Holiday with Signature Journeys. This 20-day experience of a lifetime continues this week as we disembark from the world-famous Rocky Mountaineer in the town of Banff. From Banff, we continue to experience many of Canada's highlights, including some amazing sightings of these gorgeous furry friends. Our final destination is on board the Coral Princess for a cruise through the Alaskan Inside Passage. Our keen group of travellers are very excited and experiencing firsthand why group travel is the only way to go. We began our journey in Victoria, then on to Vancouver where we joined the Rocky Mountaineer and stopped overnight in Kamloops. Then on to Banff where we disembarked. This week we'll take a coach from Banff to Lake Louise and on to Jasper, Sun Peaks and Whistler. Then it's back to Vancouver where we board a cruise through the Alaskan Inside Passage, enjoying several ports of call at Ketchikan, Juneau and Skagway. Our cruise will continue to Glacier Bay and finish in Whittier. Now it's time to spend a night at the Fairmont Chateau, Lake Louise. This magnificent hotel is located in Banff National Park, and as you can see, there are plenty of opportunities to take lots of photos with this spectacular scenery. And once you can tear yourself away, you can retreat to your luxurious accommodation. Rachel is joining us now, and she is our fabulous tour director who's been guiding us on our wonderful journey through the Canadian Rockies. Rachel, you've done a lot of travelling. What are the advantages of travelling in a group rather than just on your own?
The beautiful thing about traveling with a group is you have that whole group dynamic. So not only are you going to get a better deal, because a lot of the times when you travel, people think, oh, I can Google it. I know this website. They do great specials. I'm going to get that. But actually, as a group, you're going to actually get more discounts, which we will then return to you. So you'll have group rates in almost everything that you book, your hotels, your activities, and then as well you have a personalized guide that's going to be able to take you around to these places. The other part is then you have this family network that you're with. Part of the best thing about traveling, of course, is meeting people.
I think as a tour, the advantages will be that everything's organised. You know, where you're going, what you're doing, you're with a group, you're not going to get lost, and everything's done for you, which is great.
I think it's more the safety and the security. You know there's somebody there if you've got a problem, there's somebody there that can help you with that problem. You're not on your own.
Tour guides are fantastic. They've looked after us so well and they've given us so much information to make the trip so much more pleasurable and so easy to get around. It's just been great.
So many people are experiencing things for the first time. Do you get a buzz out of seeing people just love the itinerary?
Yeah, I mean, 2 days ago we were up in the snow, as you know, and seeing the people kind of touch it for the first time, throw a snowball at each other, you can't help but get caught up in that excitement. So it's absolutely magical that way.
And tell us a bit more about the last couple of days. So Banff and Emerald Lake and amazing things we've been doing.
So we arrived in the Rockies with the Rocky Mountaineer and then we went straight on the following day. We did a city tour around Banff, and you know, you look out the window, it looks a little bit gray. We weren't too sure, but we got up into the mountains. We did the Sulphur Mountain, which is an 8-minute gondola ride up. And then there's a long boardwalk there, and to have that experience where we were walking in the snow, all the trees looked like that Christmas postcard picture perfect setting, was really quite wonderful. After that we toured around in the Hoodoos area, which are the land formations just in the Bow Valley that have almost like a bottleneck. So it looks like there's a hard piece on top that we have no idea how it's standing there, and erosion bringing it down, making it that long pillar. And of course, after that, we went to the Surprise Corner where we got to see that beautiful, majestic looking hotel, the Banff Springs Hotel, that was built part of the railway stations.
And what about Emerald Lake where we had lunch today?
Yeah, so this morning we set off from Banff. We drove about 2 hours to Emerald Lake, stopped in Johnson's Canyon on the way there, which of course is the Johnson's Creek that follows until it gets to the Bow River. We're surrounded on that platform, those metal grade platforms, surrounded by these limestone cliffs that are just beautiful. I mean, it's about a kilometer long walk there, kilometer back, and I think everyone was just entranced, just mouth gaping, really enjoying the view there. So that took us about an hour, and then we went from there to our spot for lunch, Emerald Lake, which the colors, I mean, you can just see it right when you see Emerald Lake there, and that basin, that glacier valley, just stunning scenery. Enjoyed our lunch there, and then we came up here to Lake Louise, where we're staying for the night, and quite fortunate, we have Victoria Glacier hanging behind us, these mountain peaks surrounding us, and this beautiful chateau, early 1900s building that, I mean, the building itself could be the site that you'd want to come see, but you're in this gorgeous area all around you.
Lake Louise, gorgeous. Never seen such a picturesque lake in all my life. Like the mountains and the colour of the lake, because apparently the snow hadn't long melted, and yeah, absolutely fabulous. I felt like a queen for a night, which was lovely. We had our own little lounge room and everything was absolutely fabulous.
After a restful night's sleep at Fairmont Chateau, Lake Louise, it's back on the road in our motor coach on our way to Jasper. A full day of sightseeing is in store, and for all you nature lovers, this is absolute paradise. It's the perfect opportunity to be soaking up the fresh air and enjoying exquisite views of the water and snow-capped mountains. It's not long before we're back on the road on our way to honestly one of the most spectacular sights I have ever seen, Moraine Lake in Banff National Park. It's a wonderful sunny day with a gorgeous blue sky and a perfect reflection in the water. So everyone has their cameras out, taking happy snaps to keep as souvenirs.
Moraine Lake was well worth waking up for, because we actually climbed up to the top of the peak, and I got a gorgeous photo which I posted on Facebook, and people don't believe it's my photo, but it actually is. I'm thinking of blowing it up when I get home and putting it on the wall.
Finally, we have to drag ourselves away from Moraine Lake, but luckily there are more picture-perfect moments in store. There are plenty of opportunities to get out and stretch our legs, enjoy some peace and quiet amongst the tranquility, and take in the gorgeous views. One of the highlights definitely has to be Howes Pass, a pass through the Rocky Mountains where our group enjoyed discovering this Canadian gem. We then boarded the motor coach again, and it was off to the Columbia Icefield. There's lots of time to grab some lunch, take plenty of pictures, and even collect some souvenirs before going for a ride on the Ice Explorer to the middle of the Athabasca Glacier. Our terrific driver made sure we understood what a glacier actually was. Glaciers form when layers of snow compact together. As the snow gets thicker and heavier, it creates dense glacial ice that slowly flows downhill. The Columbia Icefield is the largest mass of glacial ice in the Canadian Rockies. It feeds multiple large glaciers, including the Athabasca, and the water is good enough to drink. Now it's on to Maligne Canyon, located in the Jasper National Park. There is plenty to explore when we're here, including breathtaking waterfalls, stream outlets, and plant life. Back in the motor coach, we're treated to another sighting of grizzly bears, and everyone is pressed up against the window trying to get the best shot. We now have another chance to soak up our magnificent natural surroundings while going for a walk, stretching our legs and mingling with other people in our group. It's been a big day, so there's plenty to catch up on. After a night in Jasper, it's off to Sun Peaks. We had a very memorable stay here, and the unique village-style atmosphere is perfect for a warm-cooked meal. Today we're making the journey from Sun Peaks to Whistler, and we've stopped off for lunch and a tour at historic Hat Creek Ranch, and joining us now is Rennie. Rennie, talk to us about the whole experience here.
Oh, here you will experience a lot of history of the gold rush that happened here in the 1860s, and you'll experience what life was like traveling for many, many miles on foot or on horseback and to be able to stop at a roadhouse and satisfy your thirst and your hunger. Your thirst being, of course, whiskey.
Of course. And you're all in period costumes as well, which is terrific.
Yes, all the historic interpreters here wear period costumes, correct to the 1860s, Victorian times, and also the people who work at our native village wear historic native costumes also. We have a very nice restaurant here. They can have a meal or a coffee break. We have a blacksmith shop with blacksmith demonstrations also. So pretty much everything that encompasses the Cariboo Gold Rush is available here.
Located in the Coast Mountains of British Columbia, just 2 hours north of Vancouver, you'll find Whistler, everybody's favourite winter wonderland where you come to ski and snowboard to your heart's content. But there's year-round activities making this the perfect destination no matter which month you come in. You've got golf, zip lining, a peak-to-peak gondola experience, great shopping, dining, accommodation, spas, arts and culture, and so much more.
Tonight we stay in pure comfort at Delta Hotel's Whistler Village Suites. These spacious suites feature a fireplace, kitchen and much more. The next afternoon, it's on to the Cultural Centre that features a museum, modern gallery, a gift shop, exhibits, cafe and theatre.
What's the purpose of the Cultural Centre?
The Culture Center is it's our showcase to the world. It's a legacy project that we had from the Olympics, and it's to show that we're a living, vibrant culture still. So a lot of places around the world, you don't get to see the Indigenous populace. We want to showcase ourselves to the world and say, hey, yes, we're still here.
And what's included on the tour? What do people get to experience?
Well, every hour on the hour, we do a hosted guided tour through our building, which is every hour we start off with a live drumming and singing. We sing you a song. After that song, there's a short 15-minute film in our lovely theatre. Then after the theatre, there's a guided tour through our building. And then after the guided tour is usually a cedar rope craft, which we try and show you how to make rope out of the inner bark of the cedar tree.
Fabulous. Now, we've just had a delicious lunch. Tell us about the traditional fare that you make for us.
The lunches we do offer here are amazing food. Our great chef downstairs, he takes traditional ingredients and he puts a bit of a spin on it.
Cultural experience, that was great. We got to dance around like Looney Tunes, which was wonderful. To be crazy for a couple of minutes, it was great.
For more information on Signature Journeys' next Rockies and the Inside Passage departure, and for other Signature Journeys destinations, visit their website. Or visit our website to check out more places to eat, play and stay. For day-to-day updates, there's also our Facebook page. Now don't go away, there's still plenty more to come. Our time with Signature Journeys Escorted Holidays continues as we say goodbye to the Canadian Rockies and climb on board the Coral Princess to cruise through the spectacular Alaskan Inside Passage. Princess Cruises was a household name in the 1970s and 1980s thanks to a very popular television show called The Love Boat. As soon as you step foot on the Coral Princess, you'll be in awe of your surroundings. 16 decks, 4 pools, lots of entertainment, plenty of dining options, utter luxury. The interiors are immaculate and the glass elevator ensures you don't miss out on the stunning decor even for a moment. There are several accommodation options on board, all prioritising your comfort. Upgrade to a room with a balcony for the option of relaxing outdoors in your own private space. Susan is our fabulous cruise director on board the Coral Princess. Susan, I was just blown away by the scale of the ship from the moment that I stepped on board. Tell us about all the activities that you can do on board.
Well, basically, when you come on any type of ship, whether it's Princess in Alaska or in the Caribbean, Australia, wherever, the moment you step on board, get ready because you've got so many different activities and also pampering to be done on board a ship, from trivias to theme nights to North to Alaska programs where you can actually meet puppies in the atrium, sit with movies under the stars. We've got so many different guest entertainers, from comedians, magic and illusion, vocalists, lots more, as well as the production shows.
And if you want a little bit of me time, you know, you can take some time out for yourself, or it's quite a social ship as well, isn't it?
It really is, because if you want to relax and get pampered, you can go to one of our Lotus spas, get sauna treatments or massages. There's all different signature treatments. Or you can actually be so social and come to our happy hour, which is the BOGO. From theme nights where you'll be dancing 50s and 60s and doing a hula hoop competition, to also part of our North to Alaska program is a lumberjack show, where you actually get to throw axes at a bullseye on a stage on a ship. So that's the only time we let them loose on that one.
And also, if you've forgotten to get some souvenirs for people back home, or if you just want to buy something for yourself, I actually bought a watch the other night, it's fantastic.
I know.
You've got great shopping.
There is wonderful shopping, whether it's from aspirin to diamonds to formal night attire. There is something for everyone, whether you're looking for something that's Alaskan or a souvenir from the actual ports of call that we do. We've got those on board.
Yes, we've been to a Motown show, we've been to the Bayou show, we've been to, so many. There's a comedian, there's everything has been fantastic. Every night there is something for somebody.
Now, Giuseppe, nobody is in danger of going hungry on the Coral Princess.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes.
So many different dining options available. Tell us a bit about the variety.
Well, the first two main dining room, deck 5 is the Bordeaux, deck 6 Provence, and plus on deck 7, the famous Italian trattoria, and the Bayou Cafe and Steakhouse, and obviously the Horizon Core, deck 14. Deck 15 is the burger, and then hot dogs. Also having a pizzeria open on deck 14, the Horizon Court, and also the specialty seafood restaurant on deck 14, evening time only. So plenty food around.
Absolutely, and you've got fine dining, you've got casual dining.
Absolutely.
Do you cater to all different dietary requirements and different nationalities?
Yes, we do actually, and obviously we keep in touch with the chefs. We receive the medical or diet report one cruise earlier.
Do you have many Alaskan influences on the menus?
Absolutely. Of course, the typical classic Alaska king crab legs, and then on Bayou Cafe restaurant we're having a menu actually dedicated to the Alaskan taste of Alaska, which is a white salmon and pink salmon, the clams, fresh oyster from Alaska, etc., etc., etc. Yeah.
I've never been on a cruise before, but I've got to tell you, this has planted a seed, because the whole time that I've been here, I've been looked after. The food has been exceptional. The service is just beyond belief. It's 5-star all the way. I'm an advocate for cruising, and to be honest with you, I've been looking at future cruises that I have to do very, very soon. So this has been outstanding.
On the ship itself, I love Princess and always have. I think that they are by far and away the best of the cruise lines. I love the way that the staff looks after you. I think the food is just spectacular. They have a terrific wine list, which helps as well. I just like the amenities that they've got. I think the presentation all round is much better than probably most of the other cruise lines that I've had experience with.
For more information on Signature Journeys' next Rockies and the Inside Passage departure, and for other Signature Journeys destinations, visit their website. Or visit our website to check out more places to eat, play and stay. For day-to-day updates, there's also our Facebook page. Now don't go away, there's still plenty more to come. Our first stop on the Coral Princess is Ketchikan, known as Alaska's first city and the salmon capital of the world. There is so much to see and do here, and plenty of princess excursions to choose from. And today we've decided to embark on a wilderness cruise at Silver King Lodge Seafood Feast. Chandra is joining us now, and she is our fabulous tour leader. Tell us a bit about the tour that we're experiencing today.
Well, we have a little of everything. So we start on the water in an open air boat, and we give everyone beautiful views of all the wildlife that we can see here. We start out looking at eagles and the eagle's nest, and then we go out and we see the seals, and if we see any other wildlife around, we're sure to point it out to people. So The wildlife is the first part. One of my favorite parts is the walk through the woods. I just love showing people the Tongass National Forest. We've got a lot of moss. It covers everything thanks to all of our rain that we get here. So there are good sides to the rain too. Anyway, beautiful walk. And then we serve people a meal and everyone's happy after they eat, right? So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that seafood feast. It's incredible.
Oh, well, we have local shrimp, the spot shrimp, and local crab, Dungeness crab. And we also have mussels and clams and some vegetables thrown in there too. So you can get a little bit of everything.
Now the second stop on the Coral Princess is here in Juneau, and this morning we're doing something uniquely Alaskan, a dog sled summer camp, and joining us now is Monica. Tell us about the tour that you run here. What do people experience when they come?
Not only do you get the opportunity to go out on a dog sled ride, meet our fantastic Alaskan Huskies, who you can see immediately love their job, but we also have a little kind of gold rush town, I guess you could say. You get to learn a little bit about the history of our breed and what it's like out on the race trail, which I think is a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Now, they're all Alaskan Huskies, but they look so different. Why do they look different?
So part of it goes back to the gold rush era when people brought all kinds of different breeds of dogs up here in order to work, not only to pack in the summertime, but also to pull sleds in the winter.
And is it strategic where you have the dogs placed, like are the smarter ones at the front, or you know?
Leaders always go to the front. They have a very important job. They're taking commands from us. They're the ones directing the team. I don't have reins on these guys. They are just kind of free up there, and if they don't listen, then we're going wherever they want to go.
You can also book a dog sled adventure by helicopter. This is the adventure of a lifetime. You'll have a bird's eye view of Alaska's remarkable glaciers and then mush along the ice and snowy terrain on an exhilarating dog sled ride. Mount Roberts Tramway is another experience we wanted to tick off the list. It's the ultimate way to experience panoramic views of downtown Juneau.
Well, to top off our time in Juneau, we've decided to take an evening whale watching and wildlife quest. We'll be cruising the waters that are renowned as a summer feeding ground for humpback whales. And we're told that we're guaranteed a sighting.
And the captain kept his promise. We were delighted to see a whale's flukes. It was a special moment for us all. And to top off this adventure, we also got to witness some lovable seals having a jolly good time together.
Our last port of call on the Coral Princess is right here in the colourful town of Skagway. So we're going to make the most of our afternoon and head off on a magnificent Princess Shore excursion, Glacier Point Wilderness Safari. Let's go. Kevin, Glacier Point Wilderness Safari, what do we expect?
On our tour, you can expect the time of your life and some of the most beautiful scenery Southeast Alaska has to offer. We start you out on a rib boat from Skagway, bring you all the way up the Lynn Canal where you beach D-Day style here at Glacier Point. Short hike through the woods, throw you in some awesome glacier gear, as you can see. And then we take you on a nice canoe ride up the Davidson River to the Davidson Lake and a short hike to what you see behind you, the beautiful Davidson Glacier.
One of the highlights on board the Coral Princess is cruising through the magical Glacier Bay. Make the most of photo opportunities here because this is Alaska at its glorious best. JT is joining us now, and he's a National Park Ranger, and he's come on board to teach us all about Glacier Bay. Tell us a bit about what you've been telling everyone today about the history of Glacier Bay.
Well, Glacier Bay is a very special and unique place because it was the first national park set aside in the world for the purpose of observing change on the landscape. Glacier Bay did not exist as recently as 250 years ago. It was solid ice. And in only 2.5 centuries' time, all of that ice melted away. And today we have a bay that's 65 miles or about 105 kilometers in length.
College Fjord is today's special sighting, and everyone is lapping up the opportunity to experience this sensational scenery from every angle. I have never seen anything like this before. I am totally in awe.
This is just unbelievable in comparison. There is nothing that compares to this. The scenery is just gobsmacking on a day-by-day basis. When you get into places like Glacier Bay or College Fjord, as we did today, or you're able, as we're able to do this evening, go past a pot of killer whales outside your dining room door or a window, there really isn't too much that comes close to that.
Now it's time for a bit of light-hearted trivia fun with our special guest host from 2NURFM, Kev Callaway. There are lots of laughs and lots of friendly competition. It's the perfect way to end our signature journey.
Such an eye-opener, just seeing Canada and Alaska. I've used the word a few times now, the whole place is surprising. It's just surprising everywhere you turn, something new, something special. And to see all those people from home who've come with us, see how they've reacted to seeing everything as well. It's been fantastic.
For more information on Signature Journeys' next Rockies and the Inside Passage departure, and for other Signature Journeys destinations, visit their website.
Well, that's all we have time for this week on Eat, Play and Stay, which unfortunately means that our time with Signature Journeys Escorted Holidays has come to an end. But we hope you've enjoyed experiencing the Rockies and the Inside Passage with us. For more information on our show, visit our website eatplayandstay.com.au or follow us on Facebook. I'll see you next week.